'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time.
Hey guys, and welcome on in to another episode of Getting Well with Terry and Friends, free NHL picks. I'm Terry, ready to break down the Thursday slate. We have a bunch of games on today's slate, 12 games to go over, a lot of good spots to talk about. So I'll be jumping into that shortly. We'll quickly start the show by taking a look at what happened on Monday, the last show that I did, even though I would much rather not look back at it, but it is what it is. Wild money line plus 110. Loser, Matt Boldy, anytime goal. Loser. Casey DeSmith, for whatever reason, was 5-0 against Minnesota in his career with like a 1.5 or some absurd number goals against average. Casey DeSmith owns the Wild and the Pittsburgh Penguins. I continue to own the Wild. I looked past that, and that was a mistake. A win for the Penguins. Matt Boldy did not score. I passed on Ducks and Red Wings. Here in this one, Jets minus 1.5. The Jets also a team that's kind of struggled against Montreal, but the Jets were rolling, and I thought they'd be able to overcome their struggles against Montreal, but they were not able to. They ended up losing in overtime. However, Gabriel Velarde anytime goal plus 200 was a winner, and then he followed that up last night with another goal and 2 assists or 2 goals. I don't know, but he had another big night last night as well. Past Seattle and Kraken, and then Florida Panthers, Calgary Flames. These two players didn't get a point. Blake Coleman did. Of course, I didn't put him on the screen, but if he continued his point streak, Sharangovich and Zari's point streaks came to an end, sadly. Jumping into today's slate, or jumping into the comments, Terry, ... What's up, Terry? Smash like. Thank you, Richie. IceX, Terry, how's it going? And good day, Terry. Good day to you as well, Captain Brian. But we'll jump into today's slate. As I said, 12 games, a whole bunch of good games to talk about. And we will jump into the first game here, which is between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Carolina, minus 130 to minus 135. Road favorites, Pittsburgh, plus 110 to plus 123. Home dog, 6.5s, right across the board here in this game. And to start us off, a pass pretty much. There are some parlay pieces that I like, players that are playing pretty well, but when it comes to side or total in this one, I know Carolina just beat Vegas, but I don't really want to lay minus 135 with Carolina on the road. They are a much better home team. And then Pittsburgh, just not a team I trust right now to put money on. So overall, no side or total play for me here. Looking at goaltenders, see if anything's confirmed. Yep, Kochetkov is likely for Carolina. 7, 6, and 2, 2.65 goals against average, 895 save percentage against Nedeljkovic, 4, who is confirmed, 4, 2, and 1, 2.58 goals against average, 925 save percentage. So Nedeljkovic has the goalie. Pittsburgh has the goalie advantage as well in this one. Looking at player props, Sebastian Aho for Carolina has at least 3 shots on goal in 5 straight games and 10 of his last 12. So Aho has been shooting the puck. He has a point in 4 of his last 5 games. Seth Jarvis has a point in 4 of his last 5 games. And then Andrei Svechnikov has at least 3 shots on goal in 5 of his last 6 games. Looking at the Penguins, Sidney Crosby has at least 4 shots on goal, 5 of his last 7 games, 11 of his last 14. I believe you can get that for plus money. Crosby over 3.5 shots on goal. He has a point in 5 of his last 7. Jay Gensel has a point in 10 of his last 12. Malkin has an assist in 4 of his last 5 games. And Carlson has at least 3 shots on goal in 5 straight games. So there are players doing pretty well overall, but not a game I'm jumping into here. Yesterday I had Velarde and Horvat anytime goal parlay, and Horvat let me down. Oh yeah, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. Islanders on the second night of a back-to-back are now 0-2-3. So the Islanders are not a team you want to back on the second night of a back-to-back. I got screwed on Minnesota versus Pittsburgh. Minnesota was gassed, and then Flurry game happened versus Boston. Yeah, of course, I passed on the Wild when they were plus 180 underdogs in Boston. And of course, we all know what happened there. And we'll get to the Wild game. We'll talk about the Wild game coming up here. Pens and draw. I could see that. I could see that. Pens money line. Ned Flanders elite. All right. Winnipeg minus 1.5 versus Detroit. Solid. Nice play there. Lean Canes. Look head spot for the Canes. Big matchup on Saturday for them. Yeah. Nick Delkovich revenge game. And hilarious Nick, LOL. So I'm wondering who the Canes are playing on Saturday. If anyone wants to let me know. I've not looked at Saturday's slate yet, but we'll move on along to our second game of the slate here, which is between the St. Louis Blues and the Florida Panthers. In this one, St. Louis plus 170 to plus 180. Florida minus 198 to minus 220. 6.5s right across the board here in this game. Looking at goaltenders, if we have any confirmed here, Bobrovsky is confirmed for Florida. 14, 8, and 1, 2.49 goals against average, 911 save percentage. Joel Hofer is likely for St. Louis, 5 and 5, 3.13 goals against average, and an 893 save percentage in this one. And the Blues got the coaching bump, and I think their first couple games here. Let me bring it up. Yeah, so 2 wins and then came right back down to earth with a 6-1 beatdown in Tampa Bay. Of course, St. Louis 6-10-1 on the road this year. Florida 9-4-0 at home. Panthers coming off a bit of a long road trip here, but they've had 2 days off. This is being their third day since the road trip, so they've had time to adjust here in this one. And for me, again, no single plays here. I like Florida to win this game. I just don't like that I'd have to go with the puck line in regulation. Possibly, I'm not sure what that's priced at, but probably like minus 120, minus 125. So not something I want to jump in there. I think Florida wins this game, but not one of my favorite games on the slate. For the Blues, nobody's on really any significant streaks right now when it comes to player props. For the Panthers, Barkov has at least 3 shots on goal in 8 of his last 9 games. He's got a point in 5 of his last 7 games, and Sam Reinhart has a point in 7 of his last 9. And that's basically it. Not a heavy game for me. But the next game we're talking about, I do have a lot of plays in. Today I got Sam Reinhart, Sharon Govich, and Shinhoff anytime goal parlay plus 3,322. Best of luck. Best of luck. McCarr return potentially, so truly lean sends a lot more. Hopefully it's Forsberg legit. We'll talk about the game. That's a very interesting game. We'll talk about it later on. Pass, no Bennington, no Blues. Yeah, no Blues anytime for me. But what's up? What's up, Terry? What's up, Kev? I hope all is well. Hall of Famer, Blues money line. Let's see. Let's go. For Hagee, shots and goal prop could be in play tonight versus St. Louis. All right. And Panthers and Reg minus 130. It's at my highest price, but I'll pass on it. Yeah. I wouldn't bet that. I would just put Panthers money line in a parlay piece if you really did want to have action in this game. But there's a lot other better games to talk about. Going on along to our next one here, which is between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Buffalo Sabres. Toronto minus 138 to minus 142. Buffalo home dogs plus 115 to plus 126. 6.5, but mostly 7s now. across the board here in this one. This is a game I locked in yesterday. I did take the over 6.5, which I got for minus 135 last night. Now it's past my price point. So I do have the over 7 up here. If I didn't take the over 6.5 last night and I had to choose today, I would still take the over 7 at plus money. Reason being, this is an extremely high scoring series between these division rivals. 16 of the last 20 meetings have gone over 6.5. Two of the games that did not, two of the four games that did not go over, finished with 6 goals. So we see high scoring games between these teams game after game. And when you look at what Toronto's done lately, coming off a 5-2 loss to the Rangers in their last game, they've gone over 6.5 in 5 straight games and 8 of their last 9. So Toronto is going over. Buffalo over 6.5 in 3 of their last 5 games. I think we can get goals on both sides here, and I think we can get a high scoring game. And normally I'm not much of a shots on goal. I'm starting to really look at shots on goal props now, especially more for parlays. But these two stuck out for me here for single plays. Rasmus Dahlin over 2.5 shots on goal, minus 110. He's done that in 10 straight games for the Buffalo Sabres. So Dahlin is shooting the puck. And John Tavares over 3.5 shots on goal, minus 110. He has done that in 6 straight games in 10 of his last 12. So Tavares has been shooting the puck for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Other players to look at, William Nylander. He's got a point in 9 straight games. Matthews has 2 goals in 5 of his last 7 games. So he's not scoring 1 goal, he's scoring 2 in 5 of his last 7 games. He's had 4+ shots on goal in 5 of his last 7. Morgan Riley has got a point in 6 of his last 7. So he's playing pretty well also. And JJ Peterka has at least 3 shots on goal in 7 straight games for the Buffalo Sabres. So he is someone else I'd be looking at for shots over on shots prop. Toronto Maple Leafs draws plus 345. I could see it. I could see it. Hopefully not 3-3. Give me the 4-4 just because I know people are going to have to take the 7. So hoping just for a really high scoring game all over the place. Yeah, and Sabres money line. Okay. Yes, Terry, over. Yeah, I have to with the way Toronto's playing and the series history between these teams. Over 6.5 minus 142 is getting hammered. Yeah, people are hammering the over. Over 7 plus 108. That's where I'd go. Lean over 7, 5-4 game. That would be perfect. Rasmus Dahlin over 2.5. Yeah, exactly, Captain. I'm on that. Hope you're on that, Tim. On Dahlin shots prop, and it's not listed here. Why not, Tim? Why not? Matthews over 1.5 points plus 150. Tavares anytime goal. Cousins anytime point. Paterka anytime point. Tuck anytime goal. Post anytime goal. That's still black. Something tells me the Sabres win for no good reason. And that's exactly what Tim said. So the Earl twins are thinking the same. But for me, I don't care who wins this game. Just give me goals. Goals. That's all I care about here. But we'll move on along to our next game here, which is another really interesting game between the Nashville Predators and the Philadelphia Flyers. Nashville minus 105 to plus 100. Philadelphia minus 108 to minus 115. 5.5s and 6s available in this game. Of course, I forgot goaltenders in the last game. Quickly. Devin Levi against Samsonov. In the Toronto game, Samsonov's 3.51 goals against average, 878 save percentage. Devin Levi, 3.26 goals against average, 892 save percentage. So both below 900 save percentages. In this game here, UC Saros unconfirmed. Samuel Urson confirmed, 8-3-2, 2.51 goals against average, 899 save percentage. He's won 3 games in a row, and he has played great for the Flyers. The Flyers 7-0-2 in their last 9 games. The Flyers playing great hockey right now. And for me in this game, it was a really easy choice on what I was going to do here, and that's take the draw, a plus 340. Nashville playing great. Both of these teams are playing great right now. I don't want to step in front of either one of these teams. I do think Philadelphia wins this game. I've been very close to taking Philadelphia as well. Um, but I think I'm just going to take the draw and just hope for overtime. This game has a 1-1, 2-2 feel to me. I think we get a bit of a lower scoring game, but I do think it goes to overtime. So give me the plus 340 here. In this one, nobody I'm really looking at for Nashville. For Philadelphia, Travis Konechny. He's got a point in 6 of his last 7. So that's someone I would look at here. But for me, basically, in this game, it's just the draw. And that's it. This one. Another draw. And at 5.5, you lean the over. I could see that. I could still see that. Pass. Preds win. Okay. Tommy likes a Buffalo team total over 3 at minus 110. That's interesting. And man, those Flyers are surprising lately. Yeah. Tortorella. I know people have issues with Tortorella, but he can get the most out of his players, and he's doing that with a roster that just should not be where they are. Nick is waiting on the Flyers to collapse. Yeah, we'll see if and when that happens. But for me right now, I'm not stepping in front of them because I've got burned stepping in front of the Flyers this year, and I have no intention of doing that anytime soon. Flyers money line. If I was playing a side, that's where I'd go. That is where I would go in this one. Going along to our next game, we've got a lot of good matchups today on the slate. Another great matchup here: Vegas Golden Knights, Tampa Bay Lightning. Vegas minus 105 to plus 101. Tampa Bay minus 110 to minus 115. 6.5s right across the board here in this game. Looking at goalies here in this one, Vasilevsky is likely, which really shouldn't surprise anybody. 6-5, 2.83 goals against average, 904 save percentage. Nobody confirmed for Vegas. Could be Yuri Patera, 1-0, 2.96 goals against average, 918 save percentage here in this game. And for me here in this one, I doubled up on this game. I actually really like this game. Vegas coming in here after a 6-3 loss to Carolina, but still 7-2-1 in their last 10 games, playing pretty good hockey recently. Vegas has gone over 6.5 in 7 straight games. So the Golden Knights offense is heating up, and they're also allowing more goals than they did earlier on in the season. Tampa Bay 5-3 in their last 8 games, coming off a 6-1 win against St. Louis, which was a big win there. Previous to that, when I backed them in Calgary for 2 periods, they basically just skated around. I was watching the game. They did not care. The Tampa Bay Lightning did not care. They came in to the 3rd period and they did care, and they gave it to Calgary, but unfortunately couldn't win. And watching a team play like that, I can't back Tampa Bay right now. They're not a team that I can put my money on when I watch you basically just skate around for 2 periods. Tampa Bay has gone over in 3 of their last 5 games. One of the games that did not go over finished with 6 goals. Looking at previous meetings between these teams, Vegas 7-3 all time. They've won 4 of the last 5 meetings between the teams. 4 of those 5 games went over 6.5. Give me Vegas Golden Knights money line, which I got for plus money yesterday. Currently around minus 105 now. Give me the over 6.5. I think we get goals on both sides here, and I think Vegas wins this game. Potentially something like 5-3, 5-2, maybe 4-3. But I like Vegas to finish out on top in a high-scoring game. In this one, looking at player props, Jack Eichel has a point in 11 straight games for the Vegas Golden Knights, 4+ shots on goal in 6 of his last 8 games. Mark Stone has a point in 6 of his last 7, 9 of his last 11 games. So if you're parlaying Eichel point and Stone point together, you can get plus money for that. That's definitely something I'd look at. For Tampa Bay, Kucherov continues to play great. Point in 4 of his last 5, 15 of his last 17, and he's got at least 3 shots on goal in 23 of his last 24 games. But of course, the price on that, it would have to be a parlay piece. And then Point has a point in 5 straight games for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Jump into the chat. Vegas money line. I like it. I like it. Vegas. I agree. I agree. Vegas Golden Knights bounce back. I agree. I agree. In Paterka, we trust if he's in net. Patera, if he's in net. Is he in net? We don't know. We don't know. Will be confirmed. Give me Vasi all day, all week, all year. Yeah, he basically plays all day, all week, all year. Tampa just continues to play him continuously. Tampa lets Vegas win. Don't think so. Don't think so. That's easy. It's a bounce back spot for Vegas minus 110. Nothing's easy, but yeah, I agree. Yeah, Vegas bounce back. Good point, Terry. Sometimes Tampa cares. Sometimes they're gassed. Yeah, and I need to see someone who cares. I need to. If I'm putting money on a team, I can't be watching them not care because it's not good. Vegas is better on the road than at home. Yeah, they play great on the road as well. Cooch says a Golfing Stars fan. Vegas money line for show. All right, all right. Exact 4-3, 5-3 Vegas score. You could do that for some nice plus money. I like it as well. But we'll move on along to our next game here, which is between the Washington Capitals and the Columbus Blue Jackets. So we've got a lot of great games on today's slate, and then we've got other games like this one. Not to offend any Capitals or Blue Jackets fans out there, but Washington minus 109 to minus 120. Columbus minus 105 to plus 100. Sixes right across the board here. Washington will be on the second night of a back-to-back in this game after winning yesterday in overtime against the New York Islanders. And they'll face the Columbus Blue Jackets here in this one. And I'm just trying to see if we have any confirmed goaltenders, which I think I passed by already. In this game, Merzlikins confirmed for Columbus, 7.84, 3.19 goals against average, 909 save percentage. Should be Charlie Lindgren, 6-3-2, 2.45 goals against average, 925 save percentage. So slight advantage with goaltending goes to Washington. But Merzlikins has not played. He's improved this year, his play. But for me, again, no single plays here in this one. If you're looking at parlay pieces, Dylan Strome has a point in 5 straight games for the Washington Capitals. Zach Werenski has an assist in 7 of his last 10 for Columbus, and Kirill Marchenko has a point in 4 of his last 5 games for the Columbus Blue Jackets. But this game is just not one that I'm going to be too involved in today. Caps money line and draw. Capitals haven't lost on the back-to-back this season. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Jackets in the over. Interesting. I could see it. Caps gifted win in overtime yesterday. Will win again in overtime tonight. Of course, the Islanders lose, and they were gifted the win. Okay. In the storyline about a baby Alexander named after a cat player, Ovi. Interesting. Interesting. Washington versus Columbus will be the battle of the Russians. Also, all Washington games are snooze fest. Lindgren and net is a solid backup. I agree. I agree. Caps don't win. Don't sweep the series. I'm taking Columbus. All right. Best of luck. I will not be taking anybody in this one. Going on along to our next game here, which is between the Edmonton Oilers and the New Jersey Devils. Edmonton minus 102 to minus 110. New Jersey minus 108 to minus 110. Sevens right across the board here in this game. Not surprised to see sevens here as well in this one with how these teams played earlier on in the year. I'm just trying to bring it up here now, but The Oilers, they got their new coach bump, as most teams do, and have since lost 3 games in a row. 7-4 to Tampa Bay, 5-1 to Florida, 3-1 to the Islanders in their last game. The Devils losing 3-2 to Philly in overtime in their last game, 5-1 to the Ducks the game before that, and then beat Columbus 6-3 the game before that. These two teams did just face each other in Edmonton, with the Oilers winning 4-1 not too long ago. And this one, hate to sound like a broken record, I have a play in every other game that's coming up. But in this one, no play for me here. I want to take the New Jersey Devils. I do, but I just I don't have good enough reason to take them, so I'm not going to. Calvin Pickard, 1 and 2, 2.99 goals against average, 901 save percentage, confirmed for Edmonton. Akira Schmid, 5-7-1, 3.12 goals against average, 897 save percentage, confirmed for, or likely for, New Jersey. But no plays for me here. Looking at player props, Zach Hyman has at least 3 shots on goal in 13 straight games for the Edmonton Oilers. Jesper Bratt has a point in 8 of his last 9 for the New Jersey Devils, and Nico Hischier has a point in 6 of his last 8 and 9 of his last 12 games for the New Jersey Devils in this one. Battle the defenses. I can agree with that. Columbus. All right. Oilers money line. Both teams to score first period plus 140. Edmonton bounce. Yeah, no future cup chance for the Islanders. Sorry, Nick. I have no idea what to do about Edmonton, New Jersey. Pickard and Schmid should equal goals, right? I just don't know. Yeah. The Oilers back-to-back games scoring 1 goal. You have to believe that they're going to score more goals, but I don't know. I want to see it. Oilers didn't lose to the Bruins last game, Nick. Haha, I'm aware. Devils, a team on the better team on the road than at home. True. They lost to the Scrubs. Yeah, the Scrubs. Schmid is the better goalie. Celine Devils. All right. Edmonton versus New Jersey, actually a strong 7, but I'm passing. This spot will tell us if Edmonton has gas in the tank to continue pushing. This is a must win for Edmonton, and Edmonton is as about consistent as the Sabres. Whoa. I will say Edmonton did have that win streak they just had, but yeah, otherwise they have not been consistent. And the Sabres, they're November 1st is the last time they won back-to-back games, but Tim Earl doesn't want to hear about that, which is all good. We'll move on along to our next game here, which is between the Vancouver Canucks and the Dallas Stars. Vancouver plus 120 to plus 134. Dallas minus 140 to minus 155. 6.5s right across the board. Here in this game, looking at goaltenders, nobody confirmed for Vancouver. Most likely will be Thatcher Demko, 16 and 7, 2.33 goals against average, 921 save percentage. Scott Wedgwood confirmed for Dallas, 7-1 and 2, 3.21 goals against average, 906 save percentage. So Wedgwood, a good overall record here for the Stars, but goaltending edge has to go to Vancouver here in this one. Vancouver 6-0-1 in their last 7 games, coming off a 5-2 win against a Nashville team that had been playing great and winning games. Vancouver 10-6-1 on the road this year. Dallas 4-3-1 in their last 8 games, coming off a 4-3 overtime win against Seattle. Looking at past meetings between these two teams, I was already going to be on Vancouver here. The price that we're getting, the way Vancouver's playing recently, the way Dallas is playing recently. And then I looked at previous history. Vancouver's won the last 7 games in a row against Dallas. They've won by 2 or more goals in 6 of the 7 games. So they have taken care of Dallas whenever they face them. I got the Canucks at plus 140, which I just think is absolutely crazy. I think it's way too high. If anything, this should be closer to -110 each way. Uh, Maybe even the Canucks being favorite. So I really like the Canucks here in this spot. Sorry, Richie, but I don't think this is a star spot today in this one. Dun, 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 dun. Canucks money line and draw. All right, all right. Cheap shot. Uh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Stars and draw. All right, all right. Draw. Okay, okay. Stars puck line winning 6-3. I don't know. I don't see it. Not today. Lean Canucks, no bet yet. All right, all right. Goal in first 10, please, and first period over. Interesting, interesting. Got to go Canucks, but I'm not liking that it's the last game of a successful road trip. I can see that. I can see that. Duchesne, Marchment, anytime goal. We get to player props in a second. Vancouver versus Dallas total should be a 6. Vancouver plus 132. Reverse spread. Vancouver puck line. If you wanted to go after the big plus money, you could do that. I could see the draw. Others are on as well. I'm just going to take Canucks at the big plus money just to win. But I want to talk anybody off. They've had success against the Stars, and this just seems like a good spot for them here in this one. But we'll move on along to our next game here for 3 more games after this one. We have the Montreal Canadiens plus 155 to plus 160 road dogs heading to Minnesota minus 178 to minus 192. Sixes right across the board here in this game. Montreal coming off a 3-2 overtime win against the Winnipeg Jets. And Minnesota coming off a 4-3 overtime win against the Boston Bruins. As I said, there were plus 180 underdogs in that game. Second night of a back-to-back against a rested Bruins team. The Wild go down in that game. They storm back and they win that game. And Kirill Kaprizov with 2 goals. But it's not just that he scored 2 goals. It's the way Kaprizov looked against Boston Bruins. He looked like the superstar that he has been previously. Kaprizov has been injured ever since Logan Stanley from the Winnipeg Jets hurt Kaprizov last season. He has not been 100% since returning from that injury throughout this season. That's why he's not looked like his elite self, is because of that injury. But Kaprizov did look like his elite self in the last game against Boston, which is definitely something to keep an eye on if he could potentially go on a streak here. Montreal 3-2-1 in their last 6 games, going to overtime, keeping games close, and playing pretty good hockey overall. The Wild 8-3 in their last 11 since the coaching change, coming home now where they've won all 4 games since the coaching change. Give me the Wild puck line, plus 132. Why? Because they're facing the Montreal Canadiens, and the Minnesota Wild own the Montreal Canadiens, 14-1 in the last 15 games. I think that's going back to like 2015. And the Wild don't just win by 1. They've won 12 of the 14 games by 2 or more, and they've won 9 of the 14 games by 3 or more goals. For some reason, some teams play well against certain teams, and the Wild love facing the Montreal Canadiens. Plus 132 here on the puck line. Wild take care of business heading into their next game, which is a home game against Boston before the Christmas break here in this one. 1-800. All right, all right. Over 6 and draw. No draw here. I know people have been taking draws for the Habs, but not tonight. Not tonight. Habs, brutal scheduling spot for many. Yeah, they've had to play some games, but that's what happens. But I don't think so. I don't think so. I truly fear this game so much. LOL. Hey, that's fine. Stars, our third period come from behind team. All right. Just hopefully they don't come behind from today. Minnesota money line parlay piece. Yes, yes. Montreal versus Minnesota total just dropped to 5.5. Maybe that. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. Easy on the superstar tag with Kaprizov. He's not even in top 10 in the league at the moment. Nick, I'm sorry, but Kirill Kaprizov is a superstar in this league. I don't care how many points he has this year. Um, as I said just a few minutes ago, he's been playing injured. He's not 100%. When he gets back to 100%, he will be his superstar self. He is a superstar in this league. No easy on that comment. Not at all. No Spurgeon, no Brodeen. Puts a lot of pressure on Minnesota to defend better. And they have. Brock Faber, rookie, playing over 30 games, 30 minutes a game now for the Wild, and just continues to just be rock solid for the Wild. If you watch the videos I have on the channel, I did do a Future is Bright video for the Wild where I discussed some of their prospects, and Faber just continues to shine for the defenseman. Asking a lot of rookie Faber and veteran Goligoski. Yeah, but Faber's been doing it. He's been doing it. Habs have been kicking my arse lately, betting on them against, hence why 1-800. 5-2 Wild exact score. I could see that. Terry, you just said Montreal money line. Yeah, well, no, obviously not. And here we go, LOL. Kaprizov overrated. I should ban Nick from the chat. I think Minnesota is 14-1 in the last 15 against Montreal. That is correct. They have absolutely dominated Montreal Canadiens. I hate that spot for the Wild. 3 games of 4 nights coming from the East Coast, also draining themselves against the Bruins. Looking ahead against the Bruins again. 10 doesn't play for me. Yeah, not the best spot for them, but it's a good team for them though, and that's the thing. It's a good team for them to face, and just fell back to 7. Stay away from the over 7 in Devils and Edmonton. All right. Best of luck. Looking at player props in this screen, and I just realized I forgot to mention them in the Stars game that we were just talking about. Brock Besser point for Vancouver in 10 of his last 12 games, 3+ shots on goal in 5 straight games for Brock Besser. The Dallas Stars, Matt Duchene has a point in 6 of his last 7 games, and Tyler Seguin has an assist in 4 straight games. So that's where I look at there for this game. If you want a Montreal Canadiens player, Nick Suzuki has a point in 6 of his last 8 games. Joel Eriksson for Minnesota has at least 3 shots on goal in 13 of his last 14 games. Brock Faber has a point in 2 straight games. As I said, he's been getting 30 minutes of ice time. He's a point in back-to-back games. You can get him for a point at nice plus money. I believe it's plus money still in this one. You can always look at Marco Rossi, and as I said, Kirill Kaprizov looked like the Kirill Kaprizov that I've been waiting to see in his last game. We'll see if it can continue here tonight. I do like the Wild to beat the Bruins again, to be honest, by the way, on Friday or Saturday. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It could be a Bruins spot. It could be. But we'll jump into, and in this game, it'll be Samuel Montembeault for the Montreal Canadiens against Philip Gustafson for the Wild. And I'm kind of surprised that the Habs didn't start Jake Allen here because he's had a lot of success against the Wild in past. Unless he's injured, and I don't even know. Maybe that's the case. But Ottawa Senators, Colorado Avalanche, Ottawa plus 135 to plus 144. Colorado minus 160 to minus 165. 6.5s right across the board here in this game. And with this one here, I didn't want to. We've seen what's happened when teams have fired their coach. We've seen the success the teams have had afterwards, and I didn't really want to go against that. But with the Arizona Coyotes, with how they've been playing, I had to take the Coyotes. I had to take the Coyotes, and they stormed back, being down 3-0, stormed back to win 4-3 in regulation, um, which is just horrible game for the Sens to lose. It must have really been an emotional thing in the dressing room for the players. Colorado not playing well overall. And Devon Taves had some pretty harsh things to say about teammates. I didn't name any names, but he said that there are guys on the team that think they're playing well, but they're not. They're not passing to guys correctly. They're not in the right spots. He doesn't know where they're going to be. It's hard to connect as a team when you don't know where players are going to be on the ice. And he pretty much had some harsh words for some Avalanche players. I think that motivates this Avalanche team here on home ice against a really struggling Senators team. Given the Avalanche in regulation, which I got for plus 100, I want to be surprised if they win this game by margin. I think this is a bad spot here for the Senators, and I really do think we get a motivated Avalanche team here tonight. Player props: Brady Tkachuk has at least 4 shots on goal in 4 of his last 5 games. Drake Batherson has a point in 8 of his last 10 games for the Senators. And for the Avalanche, McKinnon has a point in 16 straight games, at least 3 shots in 8 of his last 11. Mikko Rantanen has a point in 5 straight games and at least 3 shots on goal in 5 of his last 6. Here, I think we get a beatdown by the Avalanche. Sens are lost. Avs are nothing. Yep, I agree. Colorado's 5-0 at home after a road loss. If Makar is back, I'm taking Colorado. All right. All right. Can Ottawa make it 11 road goal in first 10 minutes in a row? What a streak. Come on. Hey, I can see it. I can see it. I repeat my comment: Sens money line if it's Forsberg and if Makar is back. All right. Best of luck. I don't know. I think the Sens team, I think it's more than just a coach that they need. More than just a coach. Looking at goaltenders for this game, it should be Georgiev, likely for Colorado. Nobody confirmed for the Sens in this one. Going on along to our next game, we've got 2 more games on the slate, and I'll be pretty quick with this one here. Colorado Avalanche, Anaheim Ducks, Calgary Flames, Anaheim Ducks. Calgary minus 175 to minus 185. The Ducks plus 150 to plus 166. Sixes right across the board here in this game. And if you think I'm taking the Calgary Flames on the road at minus 175, you are absolutely insane. It's not happening. Obviously, I don't play minus 175s, so I'd have to go with Flames in regulation, which I just have no interest in doing. I'm not taking the Anaheim Ducks either. Been playing a bit better recently, but overall, no side play for me in this one. But I do have 2 player props. Give me Blake Coleman over half a point plus 100. He has done that in 7 straight games for the Calgary Flames. Adam Henrique, you could take him for a goal at the big plus money. He's got a goal in 4 of his last 5 games for the Anaheim Ducks. He is definitely heating up for the Ducks. I'll take him for a point plus 100 here. So Blake Coleman, Adam Henrique, both to get points separately, plus 100 for each player. That's how I'm going to bet this game. Are you serious, Isaacs? Yes, he is. He is. Forsberg's better. I am always serious despite my bets. Yeah, Isaacs has what am I looking for? A different way of capping, I guess you could say. A different way of capping. Quack, line way too wide. Took a shot with Anaheim plus 163. I agree that the Calgary should not be minus 175, minus 180 on the road. It doesn't make sense. But despite my bet sounding like a joke, yes, he is serious. Flames puck line. Ducks get roasted. All right. All right. But we'll head into the final game of the night here, which is between Arizona Coyotes and the San Jose Sharks. Arizona minus 150 to minus 155. San Jose plus 125 to plus 135. Sixes right across the board. I do see a 6.5 at a couple spots, power play and points bet. So if you do like the under, you could take the 6.5 there. If you like the over, you can take the sixes at other spots. And for me, in this game, yes, the Coyotes game went over last time, but the Coyotes are not a team I'm running to bet overs with just because of how good their goaltending can be at times. Um, Looking at the previous meeting between these two teams, a 1-0 Coyotes win 6 days ago in Arizona. Now they're heading to San Jose. The Sharks 6-7-2 at home this year, so overall pretty good home record. Losing 3 straight games in a row, 1-0 to this Coyotes team, 6-2 to Colorado, 4-1 to LA. Now this Arizona team comes back, and I could see some people looking at the Sharks for revenge factor, but not me. Give me Coyotes in regulation at plus 110. I think they win this game. Um, Potentially on the puck line, but I'm much more comfortable taking in regulation here at plus 110. I think the Sharks are starting to, they had that little bit of a hot streak, but I think they're coming back down to earth here in this one. Player props, there's one person I'm looking at, Matthias Michelli for Arizona Coyotes. He has a point in 7 of his last 9, and he has at least 3 shots on goal in 6 of his last 7. So he's played really well for the Coyotes, and I like the Coyotes here. Minnesota's trying to catch them for a playoff spot. The Coyotes have the last wild card spot, but this Coyotes team continues to win. So give me the Coyotes here in this one. Coyotes -1. I like it. Pass. Sharks back to being the Sharks. I agree. Although they have had 2 really tough since facing Arizona, facing Colorado and LA. This is not an easy 2 teams to face, but this Arizona team is not an easy team to face either. They have been the last few years, but they're definitely not this year. Coyotes win in regulation. I like it. I like it. Looking at goaltenders, I don't believe we have anyone confirmed here, and we don't. So that is that. But that's it. That's today's show. Best of luck to everyone today. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Appreciate all the support. I think we have some games tomorrow. I know that there's a couple days with like 0 games, I believe. So let me bring it up here. Yeah, 4 games tomorrow, and then 14 on Saturday. So we'll have a show tomorrow and Saturday. But best luck to everyone, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Best luck, everyone.